Oh, we're going to vote on it tomorrow. Told them to think about it tonight. We'd have a meeting in the morning. And now, that's one thing I have not given any thought to this week.
But you get the sense with the bye week coming up that the players have a little bit of a sense of relief. They can see light at the end of the tunnel. I think you had to play, what, 10 or 11 straight games last season?
Yeah, 10 straight. 10 straight counting the championship game. And yeah, it was a grind. It really was. I mean, I was proud of that team last year because we were low on fuel, but had just enough to get to our destination. But we were low, that's for sure, because it was a long grind, and we were top heavy on defense as far as just the separation of our depth. And we're built differently this year for sure. And then the break, yeah, it's coming at a good time. But nobody wants to go on an open date with a loss. So for us, it's about, I think in the back of their mind they know that, hey man, we're where we want to be, and it's homecoming, and we're playing. This game's got a lot of juice to it, man. I mean, you had two undefeated teams. Again, only one team's going to control their destiny after Saturday, and those two teams right now both do, but they got to play each other. So it's a great opportunity, and they understand that. But I think, yeah, there's no question they know that, hey, we got a chance. Let's empty our tank this week. Let's just let it all go and don't leave anything in there, and we'll fuel back up over the next couple of weeks and get ready for a strong finish. But they definitely, I think, are looking forward to the break, and I am too. I think everybody, you get going in July as coaches, and it's like you look up and you just get such a rhythm, and it's just hard to believe that we're going into Game 7 already. So it goes fast, it really does. So, but it is nice when you get that break to be able to get a head start on the next opponent, to get guys healthy, to kind of revisit some things, to really dive in and do some really good self-scout. Not that you don't do it every week, but you can just really kind of take a look at each other, cross over, and spend a little more time doing that, helping each other. So we'll do a little more of that type of stuff next week. It's all about being locked in and just trying to play our best game this week. That's all we're focused on.
Is Mike going to play Saturday?
I expect him to play. Yeah.
Is Renfro still progressing to play at FSU?
Yeah, I think Renfro hopefully will get some time this week. Expect both those guys to play.
Since we're talking about injuries, how about Jalen Williams? Any chance he'll play?
Yeah, I expect him to play.
Okay.
Yep, I think he'll play as well. I think Austin, all those guys should play this week.
Considering the physical nature of college football, is this as healthy as you could ask to be at this point in a season?
I guess so. I mean, for the most part, I would think so. We've been very fortunate, but those things are, y'all know you're a rolled ankle away from impacting your team one way or another. But yeah, we've been fortunate. I think our training staff deserves a lot of credit for that. Our strength coaches, the way we condition our guys, and then I think the way we practice. I think these guys have really learned how to practice against each other. But yeah, we've been very fortunate. You got to have a little bit of luck like that to have a special season. There's no doubt about it.
When looking at the numbers, I don't know what it is, but coming into this game, this will be his third time now. Deshaun's got over 700 total yards and 10 touchdowns against NC State. What is it that they do that allows him to be so successful? I know he's successful against a lot of people, but those numbers are pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, for whatever reason, he's just played well, and he's got good players around him. You got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line, and you got to give credit to the backs. That if you dive into that, you probably had some receivers make some big plays and things like that. But he's got that type of potential in him each and every week. But I think that you look at last year, we had some explosive plays. We had some one-on-one matchups, and we won the matchup. That's what this game comes down to. At the end of the day, it comes down to matchups and execution and confidence. And the confidence comes from paying the price and putting the work in, the preparation. So, that's really nothing more than that. He's prepares with purpose. He's a tremendous guy on and off the field, and again, he's got good people around him. So, but hopefully we can continue to play well. I'm not really worried about the yards and all that type of stuff. I just want to see us, play well, make the plays that are there.
What is your post-break schedule for these guys once they release Saturday?
Well, they'll be off on Sunday, and we'll come back in here and practice. We'll have practice Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Tuesday we will meet and have community service day. I think we're going to Greenville this year for community service. So then they'll have the weekend off. They'll have Friday, Saturday, come back. Everybody get back on Sunday, and then we'll have a normal week of preparation. So it's good. It's good for everybody to have that little break. But that'll be their schedule.
Coach, last week the NCAA announced that in April they're going to vote on 2 early signing periods for recruiting. How much of a benefit could that be in the recruiting process for you?
I've always been for an early signing period. I've been on. I could sit here and state the case all day. Be glad to do that on the reasons why. I don't really like what they came out with the dates. To me, there should be I don't think June is the right time. I think August 1 would be better, or December, tied into the JUCO. One of them. One of those days, either August or December, to me makes the most sense. June doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that, but I think it's good. I think again, guys that know what they want to do will sign, and some of the rhetoric out there is it's going to speed up the recruiting process, and the actuality is it's going to slow it down. It's going to slow it down big time. It's going to slow some of these early offers down because if a guy's committed, they're going to know if they commit, then you're going to expect them to sign, and then it would also slow some of the early offers down, because if you offer them, and then they have that opportunity to sign, and now it's going to protect some of these guys, some of these schools that cut these guys in the end. So I just think it's a win-win-win all the way around. I do think there should be some protection for the players, though. I've always said let's do it in August. Let's have a signing period in August. Do away with all this FAA mess. Let's have an early signing period for those kids that know what they want to do. And again, now if you got all these guys making all these early commitments and then they don't sign, well then they're not committed. And then vice versa. If a school's taking a guy's commitment and the kid wants to sign in August, but now you're not going to sign him, well, it's better for that kid to find out in August than January that the school's backing off on him. So I just think it will slow the whole process down, clean it up. These kids that know what they want to do will go ahead and have the opportunity to get that behind them and protect them in that regard. So I've always felt like that's the best time, but I would be okay with December as well if they do it that way. But I do think there should be protection for them if the coach is fired or the coach leaves. So if you got a group of guys that sign in August and the school fires the coach, or the coach up and leaves, then those guys basically, it's null and void. And they can either re-sign with the school or sign somewhere else in February on the normal signing date. So that gives them the protection, so they're not locked in if the coach is fired or leaves. I think that's a fair opportunity for everybody. But what do I know?
All set.